Hello and welcome to the Death Ball. So what is the Death Ball? So this is a concept I came up with when I was studying Flanagan's abilities. So essentially what it is it's a 5-unit team that makes use of Alvora running fewer units to be incredibly strong, and Flanagan's Rampart to give everyone 50% damage reduction, and then Sarah Noah and Flanagan's Shielding Stance to have damage, or to mitigate damage even further, and then you use Medina to just AoE heal everyone and also reset everyone's stuff, like their TP, and then Corinton just nukes everything. Like Corinton and Alvor just nuke stuff, and then Sarah Noah nukes things as needed. So this is the comp so far. Alvora generally gets ignored because she's so tanky. She just like runs around risky maneuvering things, and if she needs to, she can join the ball to get to like catch heals, but you can see right there she just completely nuked a guy like nothing and like pushes things away from the death ball. And then she herself has like 800 health and like absurd stats. And then like, for example, if I want, Sarah Noah can reach out and smack things. So like in this case. Now this isn't, like this map is crazy because there's tons of enemies. But we'll see how we do. So far I killed 2 bosses and tanked. So here's like the big idea. This is very expensive to do. So you're going to be... Yeah, I'm already almost out of these. So like I'll use one of these, use another one of these. So it's pretty hilarious, but I'm going to call it the Death Ball. I'm going to try to beat the game on hard mode just using this. Eventually, not right now because I still have tutorials to finish, but just for something fun to do. So let's see. We can Glacial Moon these guys for pretty big damage. I might be able to kill something with Icy Tomb. Let's see. Can we kill that guy down there? It's hard to see him. No, we don't. Okay, we might as well just Glacial Moon some more stuff. Maybe we just hit these. That's fine. So the ice reduces enemy accuracy too, so that helps a little bit. But you can see here, Protective Aura. So he just needs to do Shield Stance again. He just maintains that on Corinton, so it essentially quarters his damage. So he takes half damage from Shield Stance and half damage from Ramparts. So Flanagan is actually probably S tier, to be honest. Now that I've studied his kit a bit. You can quarter things damage with him. It's insane. And then like Alvora, she has I think a healing thing. Yeah, so she can just roam around whacking things to her heart's content, and the enemies can't do shit about it. She might miss this, but we'll flip a coin. Alright, we got him. So she's just dropping things like nothing, and is extremely tanky because of her lone wolf ability. So enemies don't even really go for her. They tend to ignore her and go for like weaker things. And then another thing you can do that's also hilarious is if they attack Flanagan, you can either have Sarah Noah Shielding Stance Flanagan or Shielding Stance Medina to make them really tanky. And then alternatively, he can use this to recharge everyone's TP. So he's like a secondary battery because he just sits there getting TP. So quite the insane combo going here. And this is a level 50 map with a bunch of enemies that just keep coming. So like if this works on this should theoretically, you should be able to beat the game with Death Ball. I haven't seen anyone theory craft this or come up with the idea. I'm pretty sure I just discovered this. Maybe someone ran this and didn't record it, but so it's possible someone came up with this independent of me. But this comp is ridiculous. Let's see if we can Icy Tomb. It seems like it doesn't really matter. I might as well just do this. Either way, the one guy dies. So Corinton just keeps nuking. Flanagan just keeps tanking. And then the other thing that's awesome about Flanagan is his abilities last like 3 turns for whatever reason. Like Shielding Stance lasts for 3 turns. I don't know why that is. Maybe there's a passive I just didn't pay attention to. But he can also act as a secondary healer. So if someone's like low on health, like for example Alvora, he can spike her back up. So, and then if she gets below half, if she gets below half health, she takes half damage too, on top of Ramparts. Then she gets quartered damage. So a lot of people just have quartered damage, and they can't do shit to us. We're like invincible. This is the best thing ever. Like, what are they gonna do? Come up here with these little horses? Get out of here. Get those horses out of here. She doesn't even need to double here. Or no, she does because I guess we'll double. Alright, we'll double items. We'll do just the ranged, just to give some TP, and then we'll do We'll hit Corinton with just a healing. So he can always cast. And then he always gets 2 TP per turn, which is absurd. It's absurd. She can just... The crazy thing is, I think she can kill both of these. Jesus Christ, dude. She's a god. What the fuck? What the fuck? She's a god. This comp is insane. It's 5 units. You don't even need more than 5 units. People are running all these units. You don't even need that many units. You just need enough units. Look at this. Just nuke everything. Nuke and tank. That's all you have to do. Fuck the time child. You don't need that bullshit. We don't need that. Alright, let's Ramparts. Let's Rampart. You don't need no time child. Dude, Flanagan's S tier. What the hell? I did not expect this. I was just studying his abilities. I'm like, oh, he's probably like B tier, but there's no way. There's no way you can tell me he's not. He can give everyone half damage. That's absurd. Like right now, the one dude's shield is down, but he's gonna get it back. So right now he's just taking half damage. And then she can just roam around freely, just whacking. Look at this. Jesus Christ! Look at that damage. And she's not even below half. She's at like she's at high health. I think I'm gonna kill this. Or no, I can't kill the healer. But she's insane. She's insane. Jesus Christ. What a unit. What an absolute unit. Alright, we'll double items again. And then you can spot heal too, so like you can spot heal. And then you always want to use like a range. I'm gonna have to do a lot of grinding, like farming, just to get economy to support a comp like this. So Serenoa can actually tank as well, so he can maintain shielding stance if I want to. Yeah, we can do that. Or maybe, hold on, let me see the turn order. Alright, he goes... maybe we Conviction's Banner, I think that's fine. This comp is ridiculous. I'm bumping Nero up to A tier because of this specifically. No, he's at least A tier, because I put him at B in the one video. I think he's at least A, just based on this. And then Corinton, Jesus, man, what a unit. Absolutely absurd. Like, this is crazy. It's all this damage. Look at this. He's just getting tons of damage off. Alright, so we're going to... Hold on, who goes? Healer goes. As long as Medina goes before damage, then Corinton won't die. So you need to pay special attention to the turn order in this case, but even if Corinton dies, we can maintain Alvora just running around whacking things. So quite the insane composition. Yeah, we'll shielding stance him. He's at 147. Taking quarter damage makes him quite tanky. Alright, she goes. She's just going to whack this. She's ridiculous, dude. This is so crazy. She's just running around. She's literally just running around whacking things. All the AI ignores her because her stats are so boosted. This is my favorite thing about the game right now. This is so fun. This is so stupid. Look at this. Spike heal. Get an AoE heal. Get that TP back. And the other thing too is if the enemy density dies down, Flanagan can Fury things. He can contribute to damage. So like, oh, we got shield bashed away. They tend to ignore Medina though, so she should be fine. Yeah, and then Serenoa's counterattacking things. That's so awesome. He can Hawk Dive this. So he can contribute to damage and support. Okay, so I think Serenoa is at least A or A+ tier, just because of this comp. This comp is ridiculous. The reason I included Serenoa in it is because he's going to be mandatory in most matches. So that's why he's included. I can do this. Bloody Cross is so good too. Oh my goodness. Dude, Alvora's S tier as well. What a ridiculous unit. Oh my goodness. Like, because the idea didn't come from Alvora. It actually stemmed from Flanagan. Because I'm like, there has to be a way that, like, some of these units, like, that you can run a low team comp and that you can take advantage of some cool ability. And Flanagan, the thing that holds this team together is Flanagan's Ramparts. Without it, this comp would not be possible. It would be way too risky to run. So, for example, he can even put Shielding Stance on Medina. The only thing he can't really tank is magic, but you can have Serenoa Shielding Stance him to have his magic damage taken, which is huge. So you can see here we're getting a little like low on resources. But this is an infinite spawn map, so you'd be able to reposition and stuff, and yeah. And then the awesome thing about Hawk Dive is he doesn't have to move. Just stand there and smack him. And then Alvora can clean up the damage. Like, just like clockwork. Just get out of here, you're gone. Dude, this comp is insane. This is hard mode level 50 enemies infinite spawn math. They just keep coming. I mean, this is starting to get kind of, like, maybe we get overrun eventually, but... Oh my goodness. I just wanted to show this because this comp is ridiculous. This is probably harder than your average campaign map, though. He needs a shield put back on him. I probably should have did that instead of having Serenoa Hawk Dive, but it's whatever. Oh wait, maybe... Wait, Glacial Moon kills this? No? Icy Tomb kills this? Yes, it does. Alright, cool. Icy Tomb, you're gone. And you can reposition too, so like you don't have to stay in place. Like I can reposition him over here so fewer things can hit him. And you can rotate him a lot around Flanagan. I just came up with this tactic, so like I'm just discovering things about it. Oh yeah, you can only shield stance one thing, that's what happened. So I put it on Medina. So that's why I got messed up. But yeah, this is the death ball. It's quite hilarious. He'll actually regen too, so I can just use one. And then, okay, so Serenoa probably needs to maintain shield on her, on Medina. And then Alvora can just like rotate freely, because enemies literally ignore her. Her stats are so boosted from the low unit count that enemies will just straight up ignore her and act like she doesn't exist, which is also hilarious. So then all of your, so everything, so 3 units have quarter damage right now, which is absurd. So if they were to take 100, they take 25 instead. So it's like they can't kill you. It's so dumb. The death ball. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you like this, this is like an advanced tactics guide. Probably one of the easiest gimmicks to beat hard mode. You can probably just like cheese through every single map running this comp. All you have to do is just grind for money for Medina's like pellet spam. But aside from that, you just wreck house. Okay, they Furied Alvora. Or Avlora. I always call her Alvora. It's whatever. I can double items remove it, so it doesn't even matter. Like, I can just straight up do, like... Yeah, you just... Because you want to be able to spam these large ones to get the big heals off. So we'll do double items. So I would need to grind out, like, a couple 100k. It's like, well, I do something else. And then we'll remove Fury from her. And sometimes Avlora's like speed gets raised to the point where she can go twice in a row. Like right now she's at 39 speed. So sometimes she just takes 2 turns, which is awesome. Okay, and then you can check his buff. So Ramparts ended, I believe. Yeah, Rampart ended. Alright, we'll use Rampart. He's an insane unit, actually. He's S tier for this. Like just for the fact that he can take any ally and quarter their damage taken. That's huge. On top of like other things that like, you know, other units can do. And then with this thing with Corentin, like look at this AoE. This is absurd. He's like hitting 3 targets like in most situations for huge damage, like just this. And the funny thing is too, you could like retreat. Like you don't have to stay in place. Like you could retreat, you could grab high ground. I'm just staying here just to flex. You don't have to retreat. We've killed 16 enemies so far. His protection is still... Alright, so his is about to end. His protection still is on their turn, so he could... I mean, I'd have to move out to do it, but... You could throw an item too, but I guess we'll shielding stance. I think he was doing Medina. Yeah. If you put redundant shielding stances on thing, what happens is it removes the previous. So if Serenoa shielding stance is Medina and then Flanagan shielding stance is Medina, it just removes one of the shielding stances. It removes the oldest. And then this unit's absurd. This is so crazy. Combined with Corentin, this is so crazy, dude. Oh my goodness. The CC and the damage. It's just like, get out of here. Get out of here. And then all the ice slows them down and reduces their accuracy. It all works out pretty well. They're dealing no damage. These are level 50 enemies on the final mission. And so far we've killed 16 of them, which is very funny. So we'll double items. So we're running out of cash here. You can see here we're running out of these. So you would want to get a lot of money to run this tactic. So she can use one on Flanagan. It's fine. Space them away. Okay, so he's shielding Corinton. That's about to end. So he can shielding stance again. And you want to keep him centered because he only gives adjacent allies Rampart. And Avlora is so tanky, she doesn't even need Rampart. And they're literally ignoring her. It's insane. Like, even the bosses were ignoring her. Oh, shit, they Fury'd a bunch. That's not good. That's not good. Alright, so that's one potential downside. I don't think if you kill things that Fury, it does anything. Like, if you kill the things that cause the Fury. So, and I don't think there's AoE condition removal either in this game. So we might see some deaths now, but obviously I could have ice walled and we could have positioned. So like this is just the concept of Death Ball. This isn't like advanced tactics with it. This is the first time I'm using it, and it's this effective. Alright, so he's just gonna attack something. He's still shielding stanced. Or actually no, he's shielding stancing, or shielding stance something. She might be able to get a double kill here. Or no, she can't even. She can kill this. Normal attack kills it. She can move over here. Just to get Rampart. The thing is, if Medina can't move to the enemy that Furied her, I don't think she will. Yeah. And you could put like an immunity thing on her. That would probably be best, the immunity amulet. Put that on her so she can't get Furied and stuff. I'm trying to like improve this as this is happening, but you can see here, like even with all these enemies around Serenoa, everyone's so tanky, it's ridiculous. All I know is Corinton. I can battle cry him still, I think. Yeah, I can battle cry him if I need to. And I probably will, just to nuke a lot of these. Or maybe... Yeah, she can kill this, probably. She can just whack things. This is so crazy. I love this. Alright. Alright, let's see. Both of his abilities are still good. So the cool thing is here, is because he didn't get Furied, I can just unfury Medina. Wherever it is. Unfury her. So he can act as like a support healer as needed. Oh yeah, and then for Corinton, we'll battle cry him. Let's get a big, probably one of the biggest glacial moons you'll ever see in the game right now. It looks like just one dies. No, none of them died, but... Do I have in tandem? I think I might have used it. If I have in tandem, and I can double item, let's see, does he kill? Okay, he almost damages, he almost kills. Yeah, this is like way more enemies than is normally encountered on any single player map. And you can see we're tanking this, which is absurd. So, oh, I do still have in tandem. Oh my god, dude, check this out. This is gonna be hilarious. Alright, in tandem, Corinton. Double items. Whoops. Whoops, no, not that. Not poison pellet. Double items. Ranged recovery. So we're going to run out. This is our last one, but obviously you would grind out a ton of economy to do this. Corinton's turn. This should kill a lot of things. Maybe this kills even more. Let me see. No, I don't think it does. Yeah, because this hits out here. What did he kill? Just 4 enemies? Did he just casually kill 4 enemies? Is that what just happened there? And then she can clean up too. She's got AoE, so she could do this. Clean these fools up. Clean their clock. Jesus, dude, what a team comp. Oh my goodness. This is so much pressure to deal with for a team to deal with. Now, obviously, there's gimmicks with Time Child and all that crap, but this is like letting enemies hit you. So, like, with letting enemies hit you, you're able to get, like, ridiculous stuff off. Like, just barely hanging on. So we can do Ramparts. And then she can spike heal. Medina's going up next. Or, I'm sorry, Serenoa is first. I could shielding stance. Yeah, I can shielding stance. Corentin. You have to be really. Oh, I'm sorry. He's pretty tanky too, to be honest. Shielding stance. So you have to be careful with whose shielding stance is on what, so that you actually know what's going on. And then in situations where you need to spike heal a dude, you can do that. You mainly are going to be healing Corentin. So as long as Rampart and shielding stance is maintained on him, Medina generally is tanky enough that just Rampart can help her survive. It looks like we're gonna kill another enemy. This is ridiculous. We're gonna smack that guy off of Corentin and then kill the one dude. Bloody Cross with this setup is so insane. I'm like in shock with how good this is. And then you could be Icy Tombing as well. Does this kill? It does? Yeah, we'll do that. Save some TP. Yeah, that's absurd, dude. Oh my god. I keep saying absurd instead of absurd, which is a slight distinction, but wow. This is crazy. This team comp is crazy. Okay, so there's the weakness. You saw the magic damage on Flanagan. He does heal himself, which helps, but because he didn't catch some AoE healing, that is the one weakness of this team comp. However, shielding stance... Where is it? Shielding stance. Does mitigate damage on Flanagan. So the main reason you run Serenoa is if it's a mage-heavy map, you have Serenoa maintain shielding stance, and also you put the res earring and then magic defense bracelet on Flanagan, so he can literally die for free, and he takes half damage from magic, because he doesn't take half damage from Rampart. Only other allies do. But because his physical defense is so high, enemy physical ignore him. So it's quite, and then also he can heal himself too if he needs to with items. So there you go. And then you got this little number over here just running around one-shotting things. Oh my god. 300 damage. If that follow-up attack would have hit, he probably would have killed him too. He just attacked Evlor. You fool. So I'm out of the AoE TP restore, but you can see here this comp is ridiculous. Probably, I mean, obviously the Time Child comp with Medina, you can like slowly grind things out, but this is effective. Like, this is a fast team composition. It kills things quickly, it tanks, it heals, it has tools to deal with every situation that you could throw at it. The only change I would make is I would put immunity necklace on Medina so that she can't get CC'd, so she can double item cleanse things if needed. And yeah. And then also Corentin, before enemies get to you, he only has one item too. He can wall of ice, he can shield of ice, so he can put shield of ice on Flanagan, so that if he gets hit with magic, he's extremely tanky, plus the res, plus the half damage from Serenoa. So this team comp is absurd, and also it works in the favor of Avlora, whose Lone Wolf ability greatly scales her stats. Like, look at these stats right now. Like, she has higher evasion, higher speed, higher accuracy, strength, physical defense, magic attack, magic defense, luck. Like, she's just like running around smacking things, and most enemies are ignoring her while she's doing this. And I've never seen that happen before in this game, where enemies will just ignore a unit because their stats are so high. They just straight up ignore her because they can't even dent her. And then if she needs to, she can come back to the death ball, but she just basically runs around and bloody crosses things and then just smacks them for all their health. So this is so crazy. If you like content like this, definitely like and subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are on this death ball concept. The idea came from me actually testing Flanagan's abilities, because I was like, okay, what happens if I use Ramparts? Okay, it halves damage, great. What's the range of it? And the range of it is directly next to him. Okay, great. Does it have magic? Yes. Does Ironclad have magic? No. So these are important for the unit tutorial overview, like the unit overview / tutorial, because these are like features of a class that are extremely important. So yeah, so knowing these things matters, because then when you use them, you know what you can and can't do. So I have to study these things in order to make these like videos. But in this case, I feel like Flanagan is like S tier, because he can allow you to defeat He is the key to this team comp. Without him, without Rampart being maintained, this would not work. Now, you could argue you could do this with Medina, Time Child, and Avlora, and just run around and whack things, and then you do the whole thing where you spam whatever. You know, you could use Time Child. But the fact that this works without Time Child, and it hinges on Flanagan and Medina, to me, tells me that Flanagan's a really good unit. And you possibly could do this without Medina. You would have to run like Julio and maybe Gila or something, but it would be harder to do, and you'd probably have to run 6 units. So you'd still have Avlora, and you would have like Gila and Julio, but the TP generation wouldn't be as good. And you would have to have Shielding Stance be maintained on Corentin from Serenoa, and then Flanagan would have to just save his TP. But the other thing, too, is you can break the death ball. So, like, Flanagan can go and run up and Fury something. You can have people reposition. Like, you don't have to be in this formation the entire time. This was just, like, for a demo. But this is also the first attempt of this comp. And it's pretty effective. It's just nuking everything. And it seems to be quite tanky. So yeah, that's it for this one. Thanks for checking this out, and peace.